Hello everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio, and I'm back today to do the 50 stack challenge that Amy with Crafty Cat has going on. And if you guys aren't familiar with that, she has issued a challenge on her YouTube channel to create 50 guest checks, decorate 50 guest checks in 25 weeks. So you do 2 a week. And on Mondays, she has a video where she draws out the 2 prompts out of a bag. There's 1 prompt for each guest check. And then you're to decorate a guest check for that particular prompt. It's a 50 stack challenge because most guest checks come in a stack of 50 like this. I got mine on Amazon. I think she said she got hers at Walmart. So, you know, there's several places that you can get these. If you don't have guest checks, from what I understand from watching her videos, some of the people overseas don't have guest checks. And so you can use whatever you would like. If you want to use, you know, just paper. Some people are using envelopes. It doesn't have to be an actual guest check. But it is so far been a really fun challenge. So I hope you will join in and create your own. I last week was undecided how I was going to bind mine. And since then, I have made this little open spine book that is just made with an old book cover. And then I covered it. This is a Tim Holtz backdrop paper. And I've got some Tim Holtz washi just on the edges to make it look cleaner. And then on the inside, I have put a sheet of paper so I can write down my prompts. And then I have just put in two signatures of homemade paper. And that's what I'm going to mount my guest checks on. This is week 1 and 2, and this is 3 and 4, and of course we're going to do 5 and 6 today. And I chose to do mine on facing pages and have them tied together. Even though you do not have to do that, you can have totally different looks on each of yours, whatever you want to do. I just wanted mine to be, you know, when I open my book, to have a full spread of the 2 prompts. And so the first prompt was red and the second prompt was paint. The third was blue and the fourth was orange. And so we are to today. And prompt 5, and let me get a pen here and I'll write them down. Prompt 5 is fabric. And prompt 6 is pocket. Now, this doesn't mean that you can only do these things. It means that these are the prompts that you must include. And then Amy says you can use whatever else you want to use. And so let's get started. And I'm going to finish my guest checks completely and then put them in my book. So for now, I'm going to put my book up out of the way. And I've already gotten my 5 and 6 out of here, so we'll put that out of the way. All right, so for the fabric one, I'm going a little bit of the, I was trying to think of what I wanted to do for this week. And this time of year, I think about, you know, the end of summer and Labor Day and the beginning of school, and the other thing that comes to mind this time of year is getting ready for the harvest season, and also the fair. Our county fair is coming up real soon, and so I'm going to kind of go agriculture farm this week. And to start out with, I took this piece of buffalo checked fabric Tim Holtz tape, and I put it across where that seam is on the bottom of the check, you know, that you tear off. I just put it across there, so, excuse me, so that I would have a little bit of extra strength where that little perforated area is, so I wouldn't have to worry about it coming off. So we're going to try to lay this out. This is just a piece of plain old muslin, and I stamped it with a Tim Holtz stamp, and it is out of, I don't know what the name of the set is, and I don't have my plastic thing over here to tell you, but I just stamped it on there, and it stamped really well. I used black archival ink, and it just says flour feed cornmeal, so it has kind of that farmy kind of little things. So that's fabric. I've got a couple of little pieces of this grungy blue fabric that I like. And then I've got my little people here that to me look very farmy. And I'm going to ink them up real quick while I'm talking. And then I've got a piece of vintage ledger that kind of looks like it could be a, you know, running tab at the local farmer's market, or, you know, the place where they buy their seed and stuff like that. So I've got that to use. And then a couple of other little just Tim Holtz pieces that I might use that I grabbed out. And I also have this little cream little disc thing that is also Tim Holtz. So we're going a lot of Tim Holtz on this one. Not intentionally, but that's just the way it worked out. For those of you that don't know, these are little pastel applicators. You notice they look kind of like eyeshadow things. Are a little longer, so you can work with your pastels, but they're great for getting into these little crevices and inking up the white areas when you do a fussy cut, because they fit down in there really well. Oop, bend her leg. Alright, I think I got them all. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is lay out our background. And I think I'm going to start with, and I'm not worried about whether this shows or not, because mainly I'm just using it to, you know, strengthen up that seam. So I'm going to kind of fool around with this a little bit and figure out, I know this is too long to go this way, but if I do go this way, I'll just tear it off a little bit. I'm sorry, I have a tickle. And I didn't bring my drink up here. I came right up here when I got home from work. I still have my work clothes on, but I wanted to get this made. Normally I bring a drink with me, so if I get choked up, I can take a little sip, but I didn't do that. And the only number I worry, excuse me, concerned with is that 5. And then I also have this quote, and it says, opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. So I thought that was pretty appropriate. So I'm going to put that somewhere on here. And I kind of like that layout, I believe. Something I could come down. I could bring them more down there. Okay, so I'm going to kind of hold this in place so I know where I want it. Put some glue down. And this is just a digital. That is printed on that newsprint kind of paper, so it's really thin. I'm just going to tear it off a little bit. And you can see how thin it is. It's kind of, the glue is kind of seeping through, but that will go away when it dries. Okay, and so if we have them right there, then we're going to want this. Okay, so if I do that right at the top, it should be okay. And I'm going to try and tear it. I'm going to try to tear it right here. Let's see if that'll work. Take salt off there. Word salt. Yeah, that's going to be close enough. Okay, so I know I want that there. That makes me want that one about right there. So we'll put it down first. I better use 3-in-1 for that. Oops, everything's all sticking together already. And I just got started. And the only reason I care about that 5 is because it's, you know, prompt 5. So I want that 5 to kind of show. And you can see that my gust checks are really thin. And last week I actually backed them, but that was before I decided to make my book. So I'm not going to worry about backing them now because they're going to go in my book anyway. So they'll be fine when I glue them down in the book. Sorry, I'm going to get some of this 3-in-1 off my fingers so I don't spend the whole time trying to get unstuck. Now, Amy sewed hers, and, you know, that's probably a really good option if you sew, but I don't, so I'm just gluing. Before I glue them down, I want to make sure I get all my other pieces where I want them. I think I want that little 5-4 right there. I want to bring in another red element. So my slime, I may just put it like right there, which if that's the case, I want something else to go across here. Oh, I got my cream too. So I may move them over. Oh, don't stick yet. I may move them over and put that there. I almost feel like I want a bigger red thing than what I got. I've got some red trim. I don't mind that down there. Let's go ahead and put this down. I'm going to staple that, I think. Now I'm going to put just a little bit of glue just to hold it. Okay. Let's put our 5-4 down. A price tag. I'd like to have, because see, that says 5-4, but it really doesn't have a number or anything on it. Wonder if I have. Like in my numbers or in my, even a ticket, maybe. Maybe. I have a theater ticket. It's not the right color red. Don't like that color. I'm not really seeing anything in there. That's making me happy. Let's look at the numbers. See, there's kind of what I was thinking. And then I feel like I need something else up here. Like a label or something. Oh, I forgot I have these blue ribbons that I stamped. I thought they were kind of cute. That'd be cute with a number or something, maybe on this side. Forgot I had those. Got this one too. Okay, let's see. Ink this up. Oh, I've got a bingo number over here that's red, just sitting in my little scrap tray. You have bingo with the fair, right? We do. Okay, I think I like that. Or I could put the price tag in the middle. But then I feel like she's needing something over on her side. So I'm going to put it about her elbow. Okay, let's get them down. These are just printed on cardstock, so it's a little stiffer, so it should do okay over the fabric. And this ribbon is on that same stamp set with this. It also has like a cow and a pig and sheep, you're going to see. And I'm going to take some of these layers off so it's not so thick. You can just pop those right off the back and still use it, and it still has, you know, some dimension to it, but it's not quite as thick as they come originally. Don't cause us much bulk. Okay, so there is number one, I think. Let's do some inking around the edges. Trimming up a little bit, and I think we can call this one finished. I hate to cut those strings off, but I need to make sure that doesn't go over the edge. I'll just fray them again a little bit. Okay, now we can ink all the way around. All right, so there is prompt number 5, which is fabric. Now we're going to do number 6, and number 6 is a pocket. And so for number 6, we're going to tie it in the best we can with this one. So I have a full spread. And so I have my number 6 check here. And then I'm going to make my pocket out of this, which is a stamp. It is this stamp. It's by Katie and Chloe. Yeah, Katie and Chloe, both with a C. C-A-T-T-I. Maybe that's... Oh no, maybe that's... I can't read. That may say Cam and Chloe. C-A-M and Chloe. And I'm not sure if I got this. I think I got it at Joann's. I'm a lot of help, aren't I? Okay, so I need to trim that. Let's glue it first. Okay, I'm going to do my little notch. Actually, I'm going to cut it first, because if I do my notch right now, then it won't be in the middle. You know what I'm saying? ink around it. Not with that one. Okay, and before I glue my pocket down, I've got another little piece of that ledger that I want to put kind of in the background here. Like that. So I'm going to use glue stick for that, I believe. This is on that same newsprint. And I think this digital is by Sharon Hearth, if I'm not mistaken. Now I'm going to glue my pocket here. And I knew I was going to glue pocket there, and that's why I didn't worry about putting the tape across the bottom like I did on the other one. Now I am going to take, I had some other guest checks that weren't in my stack, and I tore one of the bottom pieces off that says thank you. And I'm going to put it across here, but I'm going to make it like a belly band kind of thing, because I've got something I want to stick down in there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the edges right here and put that down. Okay, and then I have this little tag here. I actually have a couple. One of them is actually a guest check, and these are my porch prints. I'm going to cut out a couple of those. And I'm not going to worry about backing them because, you know, they're going in my book and they're for display. And so it's not like they're going to be written on or anything like that. So I'm just going to cut out a couple of them and ink them up and use them to stick down in the pocket. Oh, I could have poked the holes in there, though. And that was a little big for that. I probably should have used the smaller hole on the crocodile. That's okay. Okay, now let's do, well, first let's, in this little thing, I made these 2 little mason jars to stick in my little belly band thing, and they are a stamp as well. That looks like this, just a little mason jar. So I stamped it and then I embossed it so you can see it's shiny. And then I just put a little tag on it. This one says honey and this one says jam, and I took a little piece of twine and tied around. And the tops I colored with Tim Holtz crayon, and that is the brush pewter. And I'm going to stick those down in this little belly band, just for cuteness. And what else do I have? Okay, I have a cow. And somewhere in my stuff, I have a sheep that I also cut out. The sheep may have ran off. The sheep may have escaped the barn. Because I am not finding it. Did I knock it in the floor? Which is very typical of me. No. Okay. We don't have a sheep. We did have a sheep. So I guess we're going to use the cow. Let's ink around him. I also have another blue ribbon somewhere. Give him a little bit of color here. My mom used to tell us when we were little that brown cows gave chocolate milk. Okay, so I think I'm going to put a piece of red trim on the bottom of this one too, just to tie them in together. Yes, she used to tell us all kinds of things I think she liked. Seeing what she could tell us that we would believe. She would tell us not to walk in mud puddles without our shoes on because it would give us worms. I think she just didn't want us in mud puddles. And then she would tell us that it was when we would be traveling back here from where we lived. My family was all from here, but my dad was in the service, and so you're not going to be able to see that thank you at all, which I'm okay with that. And so we were, you know, a lot of times stationed in a different state, but we would always come back here because that's where our families, my mom's family and my dad's family was. And so we would come, you know, usually in the summer. My grandmother usually had a big birthday celebration in July. So it was usually around 4th of July. At least once a year we would come home, what I call home. And she would tell us that it wasn't a state line, L-I-N-E. It was a state lion, like the cat, the big cat. And we would argue, you know, no, it's not. No, it's on. She'd say, sure it is. We just crossed it. Didn't you hear it roar? So that was, she would tell us things like that all the time. But I think she got a kick out of getting a rise out of us. And she told my sister said that she wanted to grow up to be a frog. And my mom told her, honey, you can grow up and be whatever you want to be, and don't ever forget that. And I remember thinking, because she's 6 years younger than me, and I remember thinking, Mom, you're telling her she can grow up to be a frog when you know that there's no way that she can grow up to be a frog. Then as I got older, I understood that she was trying to tell us, you know, do what you want to do. Don't do what, you know, other people try to tell you that you're supposed to do. So, but anyway, such is. And we did. I mean, she had 3 girls, and, you know, I feel like that we all grew up to be pretty strong, independent women. And, although we all, you know, love our spouses or partners with everything we have, you know, we're all perfectly capable of taking care of ourselves as well. So my mom and my dad were very, very adamant about making sure that that was the case. Well, folks, I don't know where my sheep has gone. My sheep has run away, flew the coop. Oh, there it is. There's my sheep. So I don't know if I want to put him on one of the tags or just leave it. I think I'll leave it. There's my other blue ribbon too. I do want to put him on there, I think. And then I feel like I need one last red element up here somewhere, maybe a couple. It says merchandise. I got this too, this big old dairy sign, but I feel like that's too big. Let's see. Actually, that would be really cute, just in there, kind of like a tag. I'm gonna do that. We'll poke a hole in it. Maybe put a, not that one you won't. I'm not going to put a grommet in it with the corner around there, am I? Put one of these little ones. Go in the hole, please. Oh my. Okay, we got it. There we go. Now, see if we have another. I'm going to put something in that. Let me ink this up. Let me just stamp it. Let's see what I've got over here. I just grabbed one of my stamp thingies. Oh, maybe I should put a 6 in there. Of course, I probably don't have a 6. Oh, I do. Since it's prompt 6. Let's do that. I'm going to do it in the prize ribbon, which is what I stamped the actual... Lord. Did you see that? I about made a mess. Okay, now let's finish this top part up here. And then I think we'll be done. Dun, dun, dun. I'm looking through my numbers. I know that I'm probably not on the screen. It seemed to me if maybe I had another price tag. But I don't see one in here. Right off the bat. I don't like that those are both the same shape. Oop. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to staple. Oh, I didn't glue my ribbon on, did I? Okay, I need to ink around the whole thing of that one real quick. All right, so there are our 2 guest checks for this week, 5 and 6. 5 is fabric and 6 is a pocket. So I think we've met the requirements. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you'll join in. It's a lot of fun, even if you don't do videos. You know, join in and create some guest checks. And if you do, you can post them. It's hashtag 50 stack STACK challenge. And Amy and everybody else who's participating can go to that hashtag and see what you've created. And there's some really good ones out there. So even if you don't participate, go look and see what everybody else is creating, because there are some really, really cute guest checks out there. So I guess that's it for today, and I'll see you back on Thursday for I Saw It on Pinterest. Everybody have a great rest of the week. Bye.